Show him that we can win too. Play Jaden when he at full power. Hit him with the mass change. Yeah, I'm the lawyer. Greg is the devour. Heroes, now it's our turn to show you that.
Yuki peoples, welcome to the discussion video. Alright, so we just finished our run with Omni Hero and I decided to switch decks. I decided to go with Cosmos Neos. I had a new idea a new way to kind of play the deck without including the stuff like in shuffle, engage Neo space, all the Neos fusions and all that stuff. Because I thought to myself, if we're summoning all this other stuff with wake up your elemental hero, why not just summon the spirit of Neos with wake up your elemental hero? So that is kind of what this Cosmos Neos deck does. We were able to basically use Ferris as the main combo line in order to, go full combo and do what it is. Like one of the things, the hardest thing also when running the Cosmos Neos is getting that third attribute, that water attribute, because the dark and earth attributes are really, really good, are really, really easy to add off of the Infernal Devicer just by revealing your Nebula Neos and going from there. But in order to get that third attribute, I decided to include Prisma inside of the deck because it was searchable by Crosskeeper, searchable by Stratos or Shadow Mist. Any of those monsters could actually search him, and if I didn't have to use my normal summon, I can go ahead and normal summon him and use him to do the rest of my combo. The thing about that is that I have to use that I have to normal summon him unless I draw the Crosskeeper, which I also included inside of the deck. And then inside of the deck, I included one copy of Neos Fusion in case I drew my favorite contact. I wanted to have another target to be able to, give me the versatility that I need to get that final attribute into the grave. Now, the thing about it is just like, in order to use it effectively, like a lot of times it's like, man, I'm going to have to choose between adding this or that in order to make the full combo work. And Prisma doesn't necessarily always fit into that combo, and you're not always going to draw the Crosskeeper and the Neos Fusion. I'm not also always going to be able to search it. So there was like a little bit of luck involved inside of the deck. I had to draw like certain ways to get to get to that final attribute in order to make the deck work. But the thing about it is like Crosskeeper seems like it might have been the most efficient way, because whether I draw the Prisma or the Spirit of Neos, I can use the Crosskeeper to special summon either one of those guys because they're elemental heroes. And then when I get to the end of my combo with DPE and wake up your elemental hero, I can special summon whichever one I didn't special summon off of the Crosskeeper. I can special summon it with wake up your elemental hero, whether it be the Spirit of Neos or the Prisma, because they're both warriors. So that being said, there are a couple of different options. Like I could go back to including the in shuffle off inside of there. The thing I didn't like about in shuffle was that it just seems like whenever I drew it, like it just didn't turn out as good. Like there's no because I'm not playing mass change, I wasn't going into Shadow Mist to do that or anything, and because of the way I toned down the deck, it didn't really seem like special summoning out the Spirit of Neos with it was just as good either, because not being able to add the instant contact, basically with him I want to search the favorite contact in order to be able to special summon my Cosmos Neos on my opponent's turn, so I can't really search like instant contact or anything like that, which means that like if I'm drawing Stratos and I bring out the elemental hero Spirit of Neos, now it's like I don't have another monster out there on the board in order to continue my combo. So I decided to cut that out, and I felt like if I did draw my favorite contact, I still wanted to have a searchable card too, so that's why I included the Neos Fusion, which is like pretty versatile. Like the thing about it is, like I said, there are a couple of other routes we could take. I also noticed that if you wanted that third attribute, we could just play 3 copies of instant contact, which would allow me to cut the Prisma. I could actually like cut the actual Dolphin out of the deck, and I could cut the Neos Fusion out of the deck and make all 3 of those instant contact, because it's going to summon the level 7 elemental hero Aqua Neos. And yeah, he basically gives me that third attribute that I need. The only thing about the instant contact is that I won't always be able to search it with Spirit of Neos, because I'm most likely going to have to search that favorite contact. So, there was just like a little bit of dilemma in getting there. I'm still trying to work out exactly how to get there. Now, during a double box tournament, like if y'all read the little post thing, it was like full of meta, and the finals ended up being 2 rogue strategies. I played against Creighton, very well known guy in my area, and probably like all over and stuff. Really cool dude. He was on Dark World. We were both playing like these FTK strategies. His was, hand loop all your stuff and, finish you off. Like there was one point where I think in top 4 he was playing against Sprite, and I looked over and that man's hand size was like 12 or 13 cards. It was ridiculous. But yeah, in this meta full of, I think like they're the most represented deck ended up being Sword Soul. I didn't have to play against Sword Soul like 3 times. So it was like Sword Soul, I had to play against Branded Despy, I had to play against Kashtira, and through playing, I got through all them. My only loss was to Sword Soul, and I ended up losing in time to him. I Cosmos Neos locked him, but as I was Cosmos Neos locking him, time was called, and I had activated the hero list for Stratos, so I ended up losing that game. It took a little bit too long to get there with my combo, not necessarily being used to it. This is my first time using a deck like this. I kind of had the idea together inside of my head, put it together, played it, and made, a bunch of mistakes. One of the other mistakes I made was by not including instant contact off in there. I had Elemental Hero Shining Neo's Flame Wingman inside of my extra deck along with the Flame Wingman, with no way to summon the Flame Wingman, therefore no way to summon the Shining Neo's Flame Wingman. So that was, a big play mistake. So, an even greater argument to include instant contact inside of my deck instead of, those other options. So, y'all let me know what y'all think. Basically, Ferris is like the full combo. I did have to include crossout designator, not just for the nib, but because like Vion getting hit, kind of hurt. So I would rather him not get hit. So yeah, there's that. And then also, Spirit of Neos getting hit also can be pretty bad. So, we decided to go ahead and include the crossout designators to keep things like that from happening. Plus, who likes getting ashed? And, if you can stop those things, let's go ahead and stop them. It was often there also, to stop, what's the other card? The D barriers, stuff like that. I'm actually going to have to use it to, like, I feel like, man, if Droll is really coming back, man, we're gonna have to, like, there are some hands that you draw you can actually play around Droll, but like it's so much easier to just cross it out than it is to try to play around it. So we might actually have to include the crossout designators to stop the Droll, because one of my games I did like effectively get stopped by Droll, and so yeah, there's that. But overall the deck performed well. I Cosmos Neos locked 3 times. There should have been a 4th time in the finals, but I messed up I won that dice roll. I actually won 2 dice rolls. I won my top 4, my semifinal dice roll, and my finals dice roll. But in the finals, I messed up the combo. I accidentally used my Crosskeeper too early to special summon the Prisma from my hand without making my Wonder Driver first, so I couldn't add the Polymerization back to my hand, and it just completely, ruined off the whole combo, unfortunately, and I was, kind of stuck out there with just DPE, I think, and I think I had like DPE, Imperm, and something else to try to stop Dark World, but they draw and do so much, and he used a fusion card, and both of them got discarded, and they were like, pop this and pop that, and then he just like went off. He didn't OTK me, but then at the end of the thing, after he attacked me, and I think he left me with like 600 life points, then he proceeded to start using me and just draw like a million cards and keep going with his whole turn. It was insane. That deck is like crazy good in the hands of a right player. It was crazy. So definitely gonna have to put Drolls inside of my side deck so that I can cross them out and so that I can use them against people like him. Sorry about that. Camera kind of dipped out on me for a minute there. So as I was saying, it was a lot of fun to play the deck. One of a couple of people in the area, or a couple of people in the tournament, said they never saw Cosmos Neos, never saw a hero deck do something like this. So it's cool showing them something different, that we can do something outside of DPE Plasma. But truth to be told, especially when the Flame Wingman retrain comes out, Omni Hero is probably like the best of these. Like even when the Flame Wingman comes out, like Cosmos Neos also gets a whole lot better. But the thing about Cosmos Neos, and the problem with Cosmos Neos, will also always be having to include those Neospatial monsters that don't really just do too much. Like, they can do a little bit, but you don't want to have to normal summon those guys if you don't want to. So it was really cool. One of the things I kept in mind is this, like, you're not always going to get that third attribute off in there. It's just, kind of like, a little bit luck of the draw. We do have cards to help us get those extra draws, like Crosskeeper and our Elemental Hero Graceful Charity, to try to help you get there. But outside of, special summoning Cosmos Neos, Nebula Neos is pretty easy to get there, because basically all we have to do is make the Infernal Devicer and get both of those there. And we still have the option to use the Nebula Neos negate and to also draw cards. In order to make his effect of drawing cards a little bit better, I decided to include multiple copies of Effect Veiler, not only as crossout targets, but because if I draw them off of Nebula Neos, unlike Imperm, when I have board cards on the board, I can still do those. In which, in my top 4 matchup, I want to say the game, was it game 2 maybe, where I double Veilered him, and yeah, we proceeded to win the game after that. So yeah, just decided to include the fake Veilers. That way, if I do, just have to end up with Nebula Neos, hopefully that would make his draw effect, like a little bit better. You can also draw into Nib, and it's just like thinking about those things, because I felt like I wasn't always going to be able to get to Cosmos Neo. So that being said, a lot of people were asking for the deck list. I'm gonna get that deck list out to y'all before I ruin it or make it better. Either way, y'all will get the deck list that I used for the double box tournament. Like I said, finished third in Swiss, make it to the finals, lost to Dark World, messed up my combo, so I should have had a game 1. If I had won that game 1, there's no telling, maybe we would have been win. The pretty good. I ended up pulling a CR Rescue Ace. I pulled the Ultra Rare version and the CR version, which Creighton did the same thing. I don't know the name of the card that he pulled, but first he pulled the Ultra Rare version, then he pulled the CR version of it. So, it ended up being like pretty worth it through the tournament. I had a lot of fun playing Cosmos Neos again, and hopefully I can make it a little bit better. Like, I've never really did like an opening video, but I had like the Japan Mail Day thing. There are a couple of things that I want to keep, but a lot of the stuff will also be for sale. So I'm going to do that. If y'all see anything in the video or the pictures that y'all actually want, hit me up. It'll be for sale. Also made another post where, the vendor in Japan is like trying to get me to buy the Signer Dragon Yu-Gi-Oh! 5Ds boxes. But yeah, having a bunch of camera issues today because I left my phone case on. It doesn't fit inside of the tripod thing very well with the phone case on there. So yeah, sorry about that. Like I was saying, he wants me to buy the Yu-Gi-Oh! 5Ds Signer Dragon things. They have like 6 field centers, 6 packs of sleeves that have 70 each inside of them of all the Signer Dragons. So if y'all are interested in that, I can get those. Saw somebody on Zodiac Duelist trying to sell them for like 100. Don't think I would have to charge that much. I want to say, like, depending on how much it costs to ship them, it could be anywhere between like $60 to $80, $60 to $75. And I saw them selling on eBay like $80, $85 and stuff. So, y'all let me know if y'all are interested in that. You wouldn't have to pay like whatever crazy shipping it comes from Japan and stuff. But, I want to say it would be somewhere between 60 and 80, dollars or whatever. So y'all let me know if y'all are interested in those. Man, it would be so cool if they had been like GX boxes, so we get the Elemental Heroes, the Destiny Heroes, probably like Evil Heroes stuff. Like, it would be crazy cool. But, unfortunately it's 5Ds. Not unfortunately, like the Akiza and Yusei, stuff's pretty cool. Stardust Dragon, Red Eye, Ancient Fairy Dragon, all those things and stuff. So, if y'all are interested, y'all let me know. I can get those. So we're going to do my first opening video, and there are a couple of items in there, like I said, I want to keep, but the rest of it will be for sale. So y'all hit me up, let me know, and I will let y'all know in the next discussion video, or probably even before that. I like to post like how I did in the tournament, and like show y'all like what I won and just different stuff like that. So hopefully we do well tomorrow with the deck as well. I will get y'all this deck list probably out tomorrow before I either ruin it or make it better, you know, whichever, because I'm going to try to make some changes to it, you know, try to make it a little bit more efficient. So also in the comment section below, I know y'all haven't seen the deck list, but y'all let me know what y'all think would be the best route to get that third attribute. Would it be, you know, instant contact, just playing that? Is it, you know, keep the cross keepers in, try to special summon the Prisma? Or should I go back to in shuffle, you know, and try to do it that way? Y'all let me know what y'all think. So appreciate everybody for watching, and I will catch y'all on the next video.
Ain't nobody messing with the masked hero, king of games. Mask off, now you see that a hero lives. I pay half and you ask, but I'm winning games. There ain't another hero that surpasses me.